Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of BNG Studio or Tòng Trường. I'm not sure if they're just one person or if they're a group, but well, the studio anyway, but we're going to be focusing on this specific artist, Tòng Trường. And I believe I found their work first via this channel, BNG Studio. And they do have a couple of nice tutorials on like drawing faces, hairs, or hair. And I do find them rather interesting. And I just like the visual sort of style. Now this one is a bit more just based on the cover or thumbnail photo. It's kind of painterly. But I guess it's because of the eyes, like they're way more. Like I don't see the inks compared to say if we go to their Instagram. Well, this or that cover thumbnail kind of looks like this as well, where you don't see a bunch of inks in the art, but they do have this style which I do like, the one with the inks, and there's some painting underneath. I do like this look a lot. You know what's sad though is they used to have a video of this, but I'm not sure why they deleted it. They did like a collab with XPPen, or was it Wacom or XPPen? One of those tablets. And this was one of their like demos. And I just like the way they drew, the way they rendered this. It has kind of a looseness to it, which I do like. I'm always a fan of loose sketchy-esque styles, and I think Tòng here has like a nice mix of that. Like it's like it hits the sweet spot, right? And you can even see here in some parts like the round brush being used. Like it's not so crazy. Like you don't see a bunch of crazy brush work. It's kind of simple in that way. They have a limited brush palette, but the way they can apply it, you know, it has a nice range of values, and they're also confident in the inks. The ink work is also kind of, it's not like a tight line work, it's kind of loose, very like sumi-y brush type. Even the way they're writing the text here, it kind of has that vibe, that traditional brush vibe. Well, I guess in this case, I believe, let me just check the context here. I think their power involves a brush or something. Daily drawing 06, new character, his name is Suyen. He belongs to the water element and he can control ink to attack. Pretty cool. Kind of hot. And why are the fingertips like black? Oh no. Oh well. Anyway, even like the way these scrolls were done, right? Like it's not too detailed, right? Like even the belt, like it's not too tight or dumped with a bunch of detail. Like it's enough. In a way, it's kind of basic, right? But the shapes are just clear, and that's kind of all you need. But the way it's kind of rendered underneath these like super cool inks, like it blends well. Because oftentimes when you have this style where you have both inks and colors, it can look kind of off. Where either the ink is too powerful, or the colors underneath, or the paintings part is too, like it overwhelms the inks. So to see this sort of balance, I do like it. The belly is kind of blended. Oh, I do notice this for like the chest. When they add the highlights, this may help you for those of you who are into this kind of thing. Look at the boobs, obviously. They'll draw like bubbles, like one line or maybe two dots, and then, or one dot and then like a circle. It's like a highlight. I'm guessing suggests like sweat a bit, and they usually do it in like either the top of the breasts, or they're showing their thighs. It's gonna be in the top of their thighs. So you can even see one here in their shoulder. I do think it's a nice touch. Like if you removed it, it would feel kind of missing. Also, I do like how the neck here, it like you don't see a line work at all. All of it is just value. Like you have a dark value here, dark value here, dark value here. And the edges are all like suggested via negative space, meaning it's dark shapes against light shapes without having to use lines. And that sort of mixed in with, you know, these parts where you do see actual lines. So I think most of the lines are kind of on the outside. So the main contour kind of areas. But if we go down, we do see a bit more of the lines on the inside. So it does get more loose, more yeah, meaning it's not as painted compared to like the top as you go further away. I'm guessing they just want to focus on the torso, the top, and in a way the pants, you kind of like, you get that they're kind of baggy pants. They look like garage, you know, like working pants. I'm not sure what you call them, but they're not exactly jeans. They have a bit of a space in them. They're kind of loose, but you can tell they can take some damage, right? Like it's not fragile. And it kind of looks a little bit puffy. I like the jacket too. And the tattoo around this kind of smoke tattoo around the whole body. Super hot. And yeah, it's just, oh, it's Valeria. It's just, the looseness of it is just so cool. A bit of underlighting. Oh well. So it's just sad they removed the videos. I really like the way they I'm guessing maybe they put it under the Patreon or something, who knows. But it's just nice seeing them draw. So even though you don't have much here on the Instagram, I do recommend you check out their YouTube, just because they have a lot more like videos of them drawing, painting. Let me go back to this, right? Wait, is there RGB? I think there's a little bit of an RGB shift effect. You can see it definitely on the outsides of the hair. Again, with the ink sort of writing here, very brushy, very sort of calligraphic. And I do like how they add patterns to the clothing. They could have yeah, I mean, you can draw it as well, but in this case it's more of like a stamp texture, so it definitely helps save time. But take a look at the brushwork. Do you see any like weird, or not weird, but super textured brushes? I don't think so. Like most of the brush textures, I think it comes from the ink brush, like the black sort of ink strokes. For the skin, everywhere else, I think they're using super basic brushes. I like the suggestion of the nose. The nose is always a tricky thing whenever you do anime-esque characters. Sometimes it's a dot, sometimes it's like a triangle or just a line. But in this case, the thing that really helps it pop out is actually like this light sort of hitting the face. Which is interesting. You contrast that to the mouth. The inside of the mouth has way more like detail. Like it looks more structured, from the teeth to the tongue. And I like how the teeth, they don't look flat. They look like actual, like it feels like a set of teeth in a jaw, right? Just because you have darker values here a little bit, so you kind of feel like it's going that way. So like it goes further back, so I do like that. And for the lips, you have to be careful. I mean, for them, look at what they did. It's a bit of pink or red, a bit of pink, but that's it. And maybe a bit of shadow here to suggest where the lips actually begin, but they don't actually draw the line. That's always, I sometimes do that. It's so dumb, but they kind of look like clowns when you do it that way. But yeah, you have to be choosy with where you put the lines. The eyes are nice too. Super cool. But yeah, look at the gritty sort of rough vibe to it. Like it's smooth but rough at the same time. Well, it's smooth because it has that flowy, water-like vibe to it. But I'm guessing it's because of they're trying to be a bit more bold, I guess, with the strokes. So they're not trying to be so careful with them, which means you can capture a lot of that initial or main gestures, which can disappear when you detail things too much. So now the downside is, for some people it's a downside. It's not going to look as like finished. So if you're not into that, that's fine. But I think for me, I'm really into this kind of style. And it looks super fun, looks super energetic. I like this part of the eyes. In a light, the light is bouncing from the ground, going up. So, this face, even though it's anime-esque, it does have a little more like 3D or more volume to it. Because I've seen a lot of like more anime-heavy artworks where the face is pretty much flat. Like everywhere else in the body is super like like you can feel the 3D-ness of it. Like it's super volume-centric. Lots of you can feel the planes of the body. Like you can feel just the form of it, and then when they do the face, it's kind of flat. But for Tong here or BNG, it's kind of in between. There's definitely a lot more planes in there. Like you can feel like it's a structured, non-flat face. So they know how to balance that for those two things. Same thing here. You have a little bit. I think it's the shadow of the eyes, like here. I think I'll just zoom in. Zoom in. Oof. I think just adding the shadow, it helps push back the eye sockets a bit, so that adds to the 3D element. So in this case, it's the shadow that's doing it, or that's helping you see it. But for this one, it's more of the lighting, like it's being lit, right? And then you have a shadow here, just on top of the actual eye. The lid, do you call this the eyelid? The thing that's covering the eye. There you go. Pretty cool. Let's see more. Yeah, this one's a lot more painted, so we'll see this. And this guy. Wait, this is a video. But I need your lips on mine. Oh wow. Can you kiss me more? We're so young. Boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. Uh-oh. Damn, naughty. Anyway. Yeah, it's kind of loose, right? And the lighting helps. Like, look at how the light is hitting the jacket or the coat thing. Oh, I see some halftone textures, so there you go. But it looks fun. It looks vibey. And the brushwork, aside from the, oh wait, yeah, do you see these patterns over here? The floral-esque patterns. You can tell they just hid some parts with a soft brush. So, and it's cool because you don't have to apply that texture to every place in the jacket, right? Because once you add it in some parts, you can sort of assume it's everywhere. So with this sort of approach, like it's very suggestive, very like the viewer actually does quite a bit of work. Like they fill in the gaps themselves. Although before they can even do that, you have to have something that they can inform themselves of, right? So if you don't have at least a bit of detail, I don't think this style is gonna work. So you need to add some, even for this like black thing. Look at how there's a pattern here, and then everywhere else it's kind of like light. Like you can assume it's sort of everywhere, but you don't have to. Just add it in the right spots, and you can kind of guess, or the viewer can sort of get what you're trying to go for. Now, are the eyes super tight? No, but they're in the right place. You know where they are. You have like a light spot for the top of the nose. Like it's in the right place. So even if the edges are kind of not too tight, kind of loose, it's not wrong. So yeah, and it being combined with the black ink, and it's not like it's not everywhere. I mean, you have some here, right? And sometimes the lines kind of swoop out. I do like that, but it's not everywhere. It's sort of sporadic sometimes. I think it just helps add a bit of impact and contrast because it's black. It just has almost like a comic-like effect to it. Let me drink some coffee. It's the right warmth too. Because usually when I make coffee and I put it in my tumbler, it's like so hot, like it burns your tongue. I hate it when it's in that sort of level of heat. It's too much. But it's right now it's in the sweet spot. Oh, this one I think they have a video of it on their channel, so you can check it out. Color sketch. Oh, they have a couple more. Okay, let me just... Oh, it's a process. So line work. So they pretty much solved like the composition, where the limbs are, what the facial expression is, the hair, everything. And then everything else is more about coloring it. Right? Light and shadows. Oh, even the hair at this view looks really good. You know, I like how there's some under lighting for like these parts. I've seen that in this kind of hairstyle, or when you do this sort of approach when it comes to hair, where the underside has a lot more saturation. I think it's really cool. And again, look at how loose everything is. Let's see. So even in their final piece, I think they still have a decent amount of line work. Let me go to the... Yeah. Oh, it's kind of cheap. I'm sorry, like the image, it's still like low quality, which happens when you post on Instagram. Sometimes it doesn't turn out big. I'm not sure what the exact reason is, but sometimes there's like a compression process, and then it just turns your amazing art into trash. Pixel wise anyway. But you know, everything else looks pretty cool. Like even adding like these inks everywhere, it just looks so... Like there's movement in their work. Even if, again, this guy, even if it's like standing, it just looks... it's like they're doing something. Like, ooh. Oh, I do like the ear. It has a little bit of saturation. Or I think it's classified as subsurface scattering, right? Where the light penetrates the skin. So you can see like the part of the ear that's glowing. And even the hair, it's so loose. You got some blue highlights for these parts. Pretty cool. Like, damn. Oh no, he's hot. You know, it kind of looks like me actually. Cope. Oh, it's so over. Let's check this one out. Is there more photos? Oh, it's just one. Oh, wait. The close-up. Right? So there are two guys. I'm guessing it's a dragon. How do you say it? Long? Apparently the Chinese dragon, where it's kind of without the wings. So, because when you think of the wing one, when the winged one, 4 legs, that's kind of like a Western-esque dragon. But the Chinese one, where it looks almost like a snake, I think it's called Long, Loong. Which is funny because, you know, I am of Chinese descent, but my cultural knowledge is like 0 or -0, but looks cool. Which is kind of cheating because I think drawing wings would be a bit harder. The only challenge here, I think, would be like the loop, because obviously because of its long body, it's gonna loop so much. So drawing that part may be difficult. I'm not sure because there are dragons where the 2 legs in the front are the wings. But when you think of like classical Western dragons, like from legends or fantasy stuff, the wings are in the back, but it still has 4 legs to walk on. So I'm not sure where the dragons with the 2 wings at the front come from. But to me, in a way, they look a little more natural because they look like bats. So they feel more like evolutionarily plausible compared to, say, the Chinese one or the classic like Western, like in the time of like knights and stuff like that, where they had 4 legs. I think those 2 types of dragons, they're not as believable. Remember the Harry Potter dragon, the one Harry Potter had to like fight in the game thing, the one with the thorny face. I think it had those proportions where it's 2 legs in the front, or arms, legs. They had the wings attached, so to me that feels a lot more believable. Anyway, enough about dragons. Look at this. Oh wow, right? It's the vibes, the halftone textures. They're very into the halftones. And a lot of their painting style, even though there is some, like when they blend, I think they have some opacity in there, but it mostly looks opaque. Like once it's all done, it has a very opaque look, the artwork. Let me go to the kid. Come on. Oh, they have baby horns. Oh, that's so cute. You can tell the proportions are a lot more chibi, or no, not chibi, but of a child. Pointed ears, and they're grabbing onto their, I'm guessing their bro, right? This guy reminds me a little bit of, just a little bit of the guy from that Disney film. It's about pirates. Treasure Planet, the main guy. I don't know. A little bit. Maybe it's the long hair kinda. And it looks like this guy's flying, right? And I think that guy also does fly, but he does it through his skateboard thing. I think he opened the movie opens with him doing that's, you know, riding his like flying skateboard, which is super cool. So hold on, are you Viet? I'm guessing they're Viet. Well, yes. Yeah, they're Viet. Yeah. So I think that's it for this. Oh, there's more actually. Well, there's not a lot of work because I'm guessing they have like an education thing that they're doing. But oh, it reminds me of another artist, Kan Lu. I did an art review of the guy way back, but he has like a lot of work since then. It kind of looks like this, where it's a person sort of waterbending or something, and a bunch of their work is kind of like that. So I may have to revisit Kan Lu a bit. I mean, look at those inks. In what they look kind of charcoal-esque, like dry media a little bit. Oh, I like the halftone texture here. Pretty cool. It's so confident. I do like it. I'm jealous. It's not bad to want an art style, right? Because you're appreciating someone's art, right? So it doesn't mean the art I make has no value. But oh wow, look at that! Ooh, like you can really feel the juice. What is she? Oh, she's readjusting. Come on, guys. Which happens because it's kind of high up, so she's gonna have to pull it down quite often. We have a wolf girl, fox girl over here. Oh, I love how in the shadows or in the under parts of the shadows, you still see some saturated parts, some underlighting. It's very, you can't, it's almost hard to see from here, but zooming in, it's definitely a lot more obvious. Very cool. And if you look at their color palette, it's not that complicated. It's kind of simple. But I guess they just know how to maximize and really make use of the fundamentals. The fundamentals. The shadow of the hand is simplified as well. It's like a box. This part, oh wow. Oh, by the way, guys, I also learned this from a tutorial. Like someone broke it down on Twitter or X. Do you see this line over here for the butt? Like when you add the shadow doesn't have to start from the actual line. The shadow is kind of like this. So whenever you have a line, kind of like this, it doesn't mean that's where the shadow actually begins. Like a part of this has the shadow because when you think about it, this is kind of its own thing, right? So obviously the lower part, the lower part of this thing will have the shadow. But because we add lines, sometimes we get confused. So we assume that the shadow must start after the line, but no. So I think that's a very good, like once you see it in other people's artwork, especially artists who are super experienced, like you'll know why they do it now. So anyway, that is for this art review of Tòng Trường, Tòng Trường or BNG. So I'm gonna link their Instagram page and their YouTube in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. That's me, by the way. Bye.